Hello and welcome. This is Detective Lazaria. In today's session, we're going to seek those that fought in the American Revolutionary War. So if you happen to be a soldier that fought in that war, please come through. By the way, I just put fresh new batteries in there, so please take the energy from the light source that are on. 2 lamps and a ceiling light. Light source is your energy, please. So again, Detective Lazaria is seeking those that fought in the American Revolutionary War. So our lovely site that we use, Find a Grave, has a new little filter called 1776, which again is that time of that war. So unfortunately, because of how many fought, even if I did get a name, there would probably be so many that have that same name, especially if it's a common name. But I'll at least note that. I'll say, oh yeah, there was about 288 of Ben's, or 820 of Williams, kind of thing. And I'll show that. I'm not going to go through the names. I'll just show it and say, yep, they were. So again, if you happen to be someone who wants to talk about what you had to endure, come through. I'm going to turn on an app called Spirit Talker. This allows you to communicate to me, since I can't hear you, by the way. And I can't see you either. So if you are here physically, which you might be, because the REM pod's going off, the EMF meter, which is that black device with the green light, that's going off too. The REM pod, by the way, is the one with the red light. Then we have 3 clear cat balls. All you have to do is give them a wiggle, a tap, or try to pick them up. They will light up for me to see you. And you have to release the ball to make it stop. Okay, hopefully they understand all this. So, because of the war that you guys have fought in, we now have a holiday, which we call 4th of July in the United States of America. So, I'm pretty sure you're aware of that. After your spirit has, unfortunately become a spirit, you see this stuff that goes on. So, I don't know, but I want to say thank you for all you have done, your service, and your bravery to make what is now America. All right? I'm going to turn on that app called Spirit Talker. And here is what the Find a Grave page is showing us. 54,853, supposedly with that tag. But there's probably a lot more. That's just whoever clicked on the tab to submit. Okay.
Encouragement.
All right. Either you're talking about the fact that you put yourself into this war, the encouragement to do it. Maybe. I'm not sure if you were forced to go or you chose to go, like volunteered. I think most of them were volunteered. Like drafted. So, hey, you'd probably be helping me freshen up on my history as well. Because, again, it's been a very long time since I had to open and crack a book of the history on that war. So, yeah. I just know that your bravery was not forgotten. Mm-mm. All right. So the
We're not bad.
I didn't think you were. So I don't know if you're referring to the other side. So maybe you're referring to the British side. So maybe you were somebody who was fighting for the other, I guess, team. So the American Revolution was an insurrection from 1775 to 1783, where 13 North American colonies threw off British rule to establish this.
Thank you for talking.
You're welcome. That word, the S word, sovereign, United States. Triggered by the British taxation without representation and a desire for self-governance.
Rope torture.
Oh, interesting. Said rope torture. The colonies officially declared their independence in 1776. Following a grueling WAR, in case that comes through, Allied French and American forces secured a decisive victory at Yorktown, Virginia. Great Britain formally recognized American independence in 1783 Treaty of Paris, establishing a new republic. And here are the little things we can mention, maybe. I mean, if they come through. Mm-hmm. Oh, I was just going to say, is there anyone here? And then it's like, you can read my thoughts. Oh, yeah, of course you can. So they're like, yeah, we're still here. We're just, 1970s.
1970s.
Interesting. Mm. Is this somebody that has a family member that served in the American Revolutionary War?
You are strong.
So are you. I can see you're using the, that thingy, the REM pod. So, you know, how you have your relatives in the past that fought in the war and you passed away in 1970s and you're with them. Perhaps that's what's happening when you said 1970s? Well, hello. Oh, sorry. Beep. I wonder if they can repeat what kind of beeps I do. Can you do that? Can you try that? If I were to do a specific number of beeps, can you try that? Okay. Yeah? Okay. If you let me. Okay. Beep, beep, beep.
He's dangerous.
Oh. Maybe referring again to the war. Yeah, I said the word. I don't care. I don't know if the war is dangerous or referring to the other side was dangerous. Or maybe you were an innocent bystander that had to witness this and they were told that person's dangerous, be careful. I don't know.
You are creative.
Thanks. I don't know if you're referring to having the little tiny flag in the rose. I don't know. Okay, so again, beep, beep, beep. Basically 3 beeps. So I was wondering if they can repeat the 3 beeps to see if they can, you know, I guess mimic, I guess, the 3 beeps. We'll find out. It probably took a lot of energy to do what they did just a bit ago. So I'll let them take it from the light source. Again, light source, 2 lamps, ceiling light, regain the energy and try again. Or they can do a clear cap ball to let me know they're here as well. So either mimic the 3 beeps that I just tried to do. Beep, beep, beep. So basically it's kind of like a longer hold on the 3rd one. So 2 quick and a long hold on the 3rd one.
Little.
Little. Were you a little child? Maybe your family or like your father had to serve in the war and you were little and he never came back. I don't know. Oh, well, okay.
I was religious.
I'm sure you were. Oh.
Shield.
Wow, that's actually the first time in a long time since I got that word shield, if I recall. That kind of makes sense regarding a war and using a shield to protect yourself. Interesting. So religion acted as a primary catalyst and emotional architecture for the American Revolution. So yes, religious is tied to that war. I'm just basically that was like a pew pew sound. Pew! But I think it was my water bottle expanding. Anyways. Definitely got me to jump a little bit there. Yeah, I'm not sure about the little. I typed in little, but that's not gonna happen. Unless it's just like a little child that happened to be there at that time witnessing everything. Because their homes could have been tied to the victims'
Team.
team. Well, technically, again, team, it's like your war team, your side, between the British side and the other 13 American colonies, or something, you know. Like, I don't know. Kind of makes sense, I guess. Team. Let me type in, shield. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay.
The witch is here.
Oh. Since the time of the 18th century of that war, the musket required both hands to reload, so therefore the shields couldn't be used. Okay. Something I learned. So maybe referring to another war, perhaps another battle that happened to use a shield, and you're just trying to jump the gun and come through and tell us, well, I was in a war, I had to use a shield. Or maybe you used, unfortunately, somebody's body as a shield to protect yourself. That could be another thing. Not relating to an actual physical shield, but a human sacrifice or a human body that had already passed, and they used that to shield from the bullets. That's my theory.
Mortuary.
I guess referring to those that passed away. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. All the very, very, very ancient wars, way back in the days. You know, like the Persian Wars, Gaelic Wars, the Battle of Hastings, and so forth. Way long ago, they definitely used shields because they didn't have the two-handed armory. All right, there you go. So I do apologize.
Taste.
I do apologize that there is going to be some interference with some dogs up above on that hill outside. So if you're watching, sorry, can't control them. But somebody must have come home or walked by. So again, if you happen to have fought in the American Revolutionary War, please come through. Even if you were to say your name and it's got a ton of many with that same name, it's still a start. So I might be able to at least kind of show you. Maybe. Oh.
I don't like talking.
Well, would you prefer to just interact with the tools instead? You did earlier with the beep, beep, beep. Oh.
My name is Betty.
You know what's interesting? Hi, Betty. So my grandma Betty, she passed away in 1970. And it said 1970s. Grandma Betty, did you have a family member that may have fought in the war down the line of the family tree that might be tied to the war? And you were just trying to come through? I did say 1970s just a bit ago. So what are the odds? Yeah, maybe it is Grandma Betty. Hi, Grandma Betty.
Poor.
Well, yeah. Hi. Whoa. Can't tell if it's Betty or someone else. Hi. Yes, I'm sure you probably were poor in those times. Especially 1776 to 1783. It was tough times. And I'm sure the war didn't help. So it just says poor. I don't think Betty's in here unless she was a nurse. Yeah, there's no Betty. Because I think it was more men. So it might be my Grandma Betty just stepping. Oh, never mind. There's 82 Elizabeths that actually fought in a war, if not were nurses. Interesting. Protect. Okay.
Protect.
Also, Grandma Betty's letting me know she's here to protect me from those maybe tied to the war. From the other side, maybe? Like the British side? I don't know. Anyways, there are 82 Elizabeths that could have that nickname Betty. Okay. So it could be, again, Grandma Betty or one of these 82 Elizabeth that are showing up on the final grave tied to the American Revolutionary War. Whether they're nurses or innocent bystanders, I don't know. Well, hello. So, not everything on the Spirit Talker could be a spirit saying anything. So when it says, I don't like talking, that could have just been a repetitive, duplicate, or random spew. So those are the things that can happen if I get multiple of the same thing spewed. That's just a duplicate, which could be the spirit trying to say, no, I was actually saying that. And then some names that don't make sense, some words that don't make sense, and some bad things that are said that don't make sense. But we'll see. Again, they're learning just as I am on using these tools and learning about the war. So, head.
Head.
Did you get unfortunately injured where the head was affected? Is somebody letting me know that? Did your head get injured? Taken off? No. I don't think it's gonna mention any of that stuff, but can't hurt to try. Oh, thank you.
Peace.
Well, technically you're fighting for peace, as well as you're letting me know that you are in peace up in heaven. So it just said peace. And then I did type in this one. This is the one that mentioned the word head. So we have Elizabeth Armfield. Is this you? Did you help narrow it down? Oh, shoot. Hey. Apparently she was sued for trespass, assault, and battery in Yorktown. What? She was found guilty? Dang. She was called a free mulatto? What in the heck? Dang. What? Trying to read what it said about the head, though. Oh. She was the head of the county household at the time. Okay. So she was Virginia Ranks Patriotic Service. Okay. So she did, I guess, fought during that time. Okay. So I don't know if I found the right one, but interesting. So here's the one, but unknown on when she passed. There you go.
They left me.
This could be another one coming through. Imagine if you were injured to the point where you had fallen, and you may have appeared to have passed, but you were probably actually still alive at that time. And you noticed that everyone was leaving you, but you, again, were at the time alive and could have been saved if they had known you were still hanging in there. And maybe you had sadly passed away because they left you. Can you use that REM pod to confirm if I'm telling your story? To this one that said they left me. I'm assuming this is a different spirit. Hmm? Aw,
Cry.
that's pretty. It is sad. But the fact that you could have been saved, they left you, and you passed away. That or Betty's crying for you to hear your story. Maybe my grandma's crying for you. She's probably sad to hear this. It is very sad. And then again, there was a lot of casualty. So it's hard to say who was actually on the ground, still kicking with their heartbeat. They could have been saved, but they just, again, unfortunately left you. Thinking you had passed. And again, maybe your injury was tied to your head. And they just assumed that was, oh, no, unfortunately, Emma's gone. And then they just walked off. But you were probably like, I am still alive. Save me. I don't know. That's pretty sad. It is sad. Yes, I'm pretty sure some of the injuries could have been tied to the head. Yep, it says during the American Revolution, head injuries were common and frequently fatal, caused by the musket balls, sabers, and artillery. So yes, unfortunately. So military surgeons treated skull fractures and brain swelling using trepanning, a grueling, sometimes successful procedure that involving using a skull. Okay. And
We're friends.
Oh, thank you. Am I becoming friends because of how I'm being kind and allowing you to come through, whoever this is, and the fact that it might be telling your story and sharing your story? Whoever this is. So Betty, perhaps you were one of those ones that helped nurse those that were, oh.
People have seen me.
Okay, referring to your spirit, your ghost, wandering around where you may have been when you passed. I don't know. Interesting. But yes, otherwise my grandma Betty's here, just popping in, saying hi. So, I'm going to try to demonstrate the clear cap ball. There's 3 in the front here for you to utilize. Basically what I'm going to do is give it, hopefully, a bit of a tap, and it might light up, hopefully. But yes, so that's what I'm going to try to do for you guys to demonstrate. And then maybe by seeing me do it, you might learn to do it yourself. Just like the REM pod, you'll figure it out when I say, You know, if you get closer, it'll go stronger in the beep, and people figure, or not people, but the spirits figure that out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that without scaring anyone. Ooh, that was easy peasy. Oh, thank God. Sometimes they're hard. Okay, just like that. See, it's got the colors of the red, white, and blue. Pretty, huh? Oh.
He'll get you.
Maybe referring to someone who had passed away and saying that the person up above, you know, Jesus or God, was going to get them, collect their souls, help them transition. Maybe that's what they meant when it said he'll get you. Mm-hmm. So, not sure how you enjoyed seeing the little light up of the ball with, again, the colors of our flag, red, white, and blue. Well, it's kind of yellowish, but, you know, kind of like red, white, and blue. So I'm surprised they're not getting any names that are male that fought in this war. Are you too shy to say the name? Or you just know there's no point because there's going to be too many with the same name? You're like, Name.
Name.
Yes, name. Again, it would be helpful to know your name. If you're a male soldier, I haven't had a male name come through. Just, unfortunately, one name that was Betty. Even though there was 82 Elizabeths that had supposedly fought or was tied to the American Revolutionary War. But no male names yet. So if you are, again, a male soldier that fought during that time.
I'm from the 1700s.
Wow. So somebody is indeed from the war. Okay, cool. Again, 1775 to 1783. So we have somebody finally coming through. Okay, awesome. Yay. Maybe they were trying to say 1770s, but it came out 1970s, because maybe that's the only one that had the 70s at the end of the years. And he's like, dang it, that's not what I meant to say. I meant to say 1770s. Lover.
Lover.
I don't know. Was Betty involved with somebody who was in the war too? Like her lover was also fighting the war? Maybe. But what are the odds? I think that's probably what it was when it said 1970s. Unfortunately, I don't think, Kevin, thank you.
Kevin.
I don't think 1770s is a popular number to come through. And I guess 1970s was unfortunately close enough for them. They're like, eh. And so maybe that's what they meant. Can you either interact with that REM pod again, since it's been quiet, or cat ball? Is that what you were trying to do when it spewed out 1970s? You were trying to put 1770s? But again, it was like a, oops, that's not the right one. Oops, my bad. You just let me know. So please hold. So Kevin, let's see if there was a Kevin in those times. No Kevin.
Torment.
Of course not. Why would there be a Kevin in that time? Kevin's more of a modern name. I had a feeling about that one. Yeah, Kevin's not popping up, so I don't think that's tied to the American Revolutionary War. So So unless you have a family member, I doubt that. Nope, nothing. Absolutely nothing. No Kevin. Well, I finally got a male name, but otherwise there are 22 that have the name Kevin in their bio, relating to a family member that had, obviously many years after you had passed, that's tied to you. So there are again 22 that might have somebody with a relative with the name Kevin, but not an actual soldier. Shoes?
Shoes.
Well, I mean, again, you fought in a war wearing shoes, running around. Must have been torture to wear those type of shoes. Maybe it made your feet sore if you survived. I don't know. Random shoes. But what are the odds of it saying 1770s? I mean 1700s. Cool. Well, you know, not every session's going to be amazing and awesome and oh my god, shocking. But I just thought about doing this session because again, 4th of July is just creeping up here, and I wanted to see if anybody wanted to come through. But we may not get the actual names of those that may have interacted with the REM pod and the EMF meter. Okay.
Understanding.
But they understand what I'm saying, so that's good. And the fact that I did get 1700s, that's the era that they were from, and well, 1775 to 1783 was the war. I don't know, again, protect, head, peace, they left me, cry. People have seen me, and some other things that said earlier that might be tied to this. Oh, of course.
They take other forms.
Maybe referring to spirit guides, guardian angels, to help those that fought in the war. Maybe some of them actually helped some of the soldiers from actually passing away in that time. That's a good question. Yeah, there you go. Did a spirit guide or a guardian angel prevent someone's passing during that war? Can you give me a little validation, confirmation, if that's something that happened, where some of them were saved because somebody was watching out for them, whether it was an angel or a spirit guide? Again, it's been quiet on the REM pod and nobody interacted with the capitals yet. So is there any way you can confirm or validate that? Because obviously those people that did survive have passed away now. Nope, okay.
Empathy.
I guess they choose when they want to utilize that REM pod in Capel, I guess. Otherwise it makes sense, you know, there's not a whole lot of activity in the Spirit Talker that's truly tied to the American Revolutionary War. And maybe that's why there's not many spirits here. I don't know. Well, well, well.
Army.
Well, there you go. Yeah, and it's pretty much an army. So again, 1700s army. Okay, we're definitely getting somebody. Maybe they were referring to they take other forms, referring to the army. And I just took it wrong. I misinterpreted that phrase. Sorry. You know, Detective Lazaria's brain's not always on point on what's being said. I apologize. So, again, Army, 1700s. So, I mean, obviously it was, but yeah. There you go.
Scar.
So, there might be a survivor that did survive, and due to his injury from the battle, created a scar. Otherwise, again, PTSD. Having to witness all that brutality of people passing away due to the war caused that survivor to have PTSD. So it's the two, physical and emotional. I did say empathy earlier. See? Literally, empathy. Is there any way you can say the name of the one that commanded the army in June 14th, 1775? No.
Attic.
Perhaps you're referring to the fact that you may have had hid in the attic of someone's home, or were treated in somebody's attic in the home. I don't know. It could be a random spew too. Let's see. So again, I'm wondering if they can say that one's name, the one that commanded them to start it. This one, if it's possible. Otherwise, that other one that I mentioned earlier, or showed earlier, if it's possible. It's not saying that I don't believe that someone isn't here. I mean, yeah, it's not like I don't believe that there's someone from the American Revolution not here. I'm pretty sure they're here. There's just not enough energy to utilize these tools. Or they're specifically trying to focus on the Spirit Talker. Battery?
Battery.
Well, I just replaced the battery with fully charged batteries today, literally before I started this. So, it's not the battery. Unless you're referring to, again, fighting. Like battery assault kind of thing. But yes, please don't use the battery to gain the energy. Use my light sources, please. I'm being kind and asking respectfully to gain the energy from my light sources that are on. 2 lamps, a ceiling light, 3 light sources. It should be enough. Thank you. So unfortunately, I only do sessions for 1 hour. So we got less than 15 minutes if I do an hour. So you please, if you really want to come through, this is your chance now. whoever, again, fought in the American Revolutionary War. From 1775 to 1783. That happened to help shape 4th of July, which is what we celebrate in the United States. And again, that's just coming up in a couple days. I thought I'd just do it while I had that time. God bless America.
We don't like investigators.
Good thing I'm not truly an investigator. I'm just a seeker, a detective, and someone that is here to let you come through and tell your story. So I'm not trying to totally investigate. But I mean, it's like, oh, 5?
5.
So either they're letting me know there's 5 spirits here, or 1775. So did somebody pass away on that beginning of the war of that year? Oh, you're right. There are 5 as I lose my voice. Hold on.
Isabella.
That's a pretty name. Oh, Isabella, there's 3 of you. So I typed in Isabella. It's a very short amount of people with that name, with that tag. So Isabella Thoughts, I think. Isabel Henry. Isabel Wiley. If they're, again, here, hi. It's funny how I'm getting ladies versus the men names. I mean, I got Kevin, but it's not tied to the war, sadly. I don't know what is wrong with my throat. Sorry. It's a little phlegmy. I don't know why. So again, Isabella, there's, okay, sure.
Explain that device.
You probably just, again, stumbled through here and didn't hear me earlier when I mentioned these tools. So again, we got what you're already using, the EMF meter with the green light. These things called a clear capsule, you tap them just like that. Again, perfect, easy peasy. And if you get close to this, if I can reach it, it'll light up and beep or click. So if you're indeed here, Isabella, there's 3 of you that appear on this site that has the tag. So again, whether you're the first, second, or the 3rd one that popped up. Boots?
Boots.
Yeah, I think you guys did wear boots. And it said shoes earlier. I don't know if you really meant torture. Like those were very uncomfortable to wear, the boots. Maybe they were very tight on your feet and having to run around and fight. It must have been very sore on your feet. Okay, so there. Tall riding boots were primarily reserved for officers, cavalrymen, and wealthy civilians. Ah, okay. Did you wear boots, Isabella? Possibly. Push.
Push.
You want to push on the ball or get close to the REM pod that's been quiet? You can try to push it. Or perhaps you pushed your way through the war.
Contain.
So it just said contain. All right. Well, again, it's interesting how literally I'm not getting any of the male names, so I don't know if they're just not wanting to come through, and the ladies do. Am I literally just doing the ladies of the American Revolutionary War apparently today? I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe the men want to come through another time, another day. Can you tell me if that's what's happening? The ladies prefer to come through today, and the men, which said I don't want to talk. Because as soon as I saw it come through, I don't like to talk, or I don't want to talk. No, what did it say? I don't like talking. Oh, there you go. And then, of course, we get a female name. My name is Betty, and there was a bunch of Elizabeths. So, perhaps the men just did not want to come through. But the ladies are like, well, we'll step in. Again, REM pod, very strong in the EMF meter to orange or red or capel, if that's what's happening. Yes, unfortunately.
Death.
It just says contain death. The war did, unfortunately, have a lot of casualties. So if you're referring to, yeah, to push, so with the boots, they had pushed through the bodies of those that had passed away. The containing of all the oh, I got it right. Dang it. See the EMF meter going strong. Dang it, why does my brain have to kick in like that? So again, imagine all the ones that had fallen to the ground, that had passed, and those that survived had to walk amongst those that had passed as they walked over them. The ones that, again, fell. And that must have been very traumatic to those that survived and had to witness all that. Wow. Yeah.
Maleficence.
That's pretty evil. Pretty bad. Pretty grueling. I guess part 1 maybe? The ladies of the American Revolution? Maybe that's what's happening? And then we'll see about doing part 2 after a break and see if maybe they will come through then. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Again, I'm going to wrap it up here. very shortly here. Okay? So I want to say thank you again for your bravery, your courage, and your service with the American Revolutionary War, those that have passed. I'm sure there's far too many to have come through, but at least a few may have come through, but they were ladies. Again, shy men. Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
There you go. Believe in yourself. All right. Well, I actually, unfortunately, do have to go. But I just want to say thank you. All right. This is your detective, Lazaria, signing out. Peace, love, and eternity.